To me, prayer growing up was something I had to do. And it wasn't something that I really felt a connection with. It wasn't in my heart. It was just something I did because I had to do it. As I got closer to my adult years, religion wasn't what I wanted. I made an active choice to turn my back on God, leave the church, and live my life in the world. Everything changed for me 5 years ago. I was diagnosed with prostate cancer, had a high Gleason score, a very aggressive form of cancer, and things weren't looking good. And so while I was in the hospital, I was visited by some of my friends who actually go to Mariners in Irvine, and they prayed for me. And this is the first time in 40 years that I've had someone pray for me. And I wasn't praying yet on my own. Then I got to the point where I started to pray, and I felt so guilty about it. And they explained to me that, hey, it doesn't matter how long it's been since you talked to God. He wants to hear from you. He'll listen to you. Like the phone's sitting there. You just have to call. The more I prayed, the more God opened my heart. So I started to understand that things in my life had to change. And then I realized there's a Mariners church not 2 miles from my house. So I thought, let me check this out. I came walking up to the church, and there was some really friendly-looking guy out there with a sign to, welcome to Mariners. And he said, there's the front door. He goes, you're not going to believe how good it's going to be in there. I went in, and I just had the Holy Spirit and love wash over me. It was incredible. And I chose to accept Christ April of this year and chose to get baptized and never going to look back. I definitely have the double whammy on being saved. Because number one, I've been saved by Christ, and that's completely changed my life. And number two, I was physically saved by God. I was in Hoag Hospital about 2.5 years ago, and I wasn't coming home. They couldn't cure what was wrong with me. As a believer, I got the prayer going. I got a hold of everybody I knew and to get a hold of everybody you know and just start praying. And the doctors came in the next morning. I was like, hey, we don't know what happened, but the medication's working. It started working. I can't tell you how wonderful this feeling is. Your chest just wants to explode because you're like, I know why. I know why. Prayer pulled me through. God saved me, physically saved me. I'm in remission. God is saving me physically, and He saved me spiritually as well.